So let's talk about wonderful things that can happen if you just let them happen. And it's kind of a weird thing to think about, but sorry about the stuffiness. I still haven't gotten my nose clear from Friday, but we're working on it. So I haven't really been able to walk the dogs. Ooh, what the heck's going on there? I haven't really been able to walk the dogs for a couple of days because of the nose, because the doctor said don't strain it. So today I can walk the dogs. So I decided I'm going to take the dogs for a walk this morning. Actually, about noon, 12:30, because we watched the video. And normally our path is up to the top of the apartment complex, turn left, cross across the top of the complex, turn left again, come down, back down, and around and up back into the steps. About 1,100, 1,200 steps. But today, the dogs didn't want to do that. The dogs pulled me, not hard, but pulled me to the right. Okay, you guys want to go that way? We'll go that way. So we started walking down the main road. And we walked down the main road away. Dog walking, sniffing. They're beagles. Everything got sniffed. And we got down about 2 blocks, 2 developments down. And I said, it's time to turn around and go back. And as I'm walking back, let me be clear about something. There's one dog in this whole apartment complex, one dog that my dogs like, to the point where they'll just walk right up to him, who is coming out of one of the side streets toward our complex, but the dog and its owner, our friend. So, hey, we start talking. Long story short, I'm considering doing a podcast. I think that's one of the reasons why you see what you're seeing now, the StreamYard and all that. And I'm doing it because I'm thinking maybe it'd be a lot of fun just to share thoughts with people and expand my realm of influence by talking, because Lord knows I like to talk. And I follow a few people who do podcasting, and I subscribe to a podcasting magazine, and I do all of these things. But what are the chances? Think about this for a second. What are the chances of me making that right turn instead of the left? Going exactly those 2 blocks, turning around and coming back, and running into that girl right at that corner, less than a block from the apartment complex? What's the possibility of that happening? Needless to say, we started talking, and she does a podcast, or did. She's been on hiatus for a couple months since she's moved down here. And we've gotten to know her through a few events and walking the dogs and talking. She's cool as hell. And I listened to her podcast because I wanted to hear what her thing was. Loved it. It was awesome. It was a stream of consciousness about life in general, about things that mattered to her, and just in general what mattered. And it was really cool. And I wrote her a message on Instagram, and I said to her, "Why'd you stop?" She never got the message. So again, now let's circle back for a second. I just run into her this morning. Now I got a chance to face-to-face with her and say, "Hey, why'd you stop?" And her reason for stopping was that she hadn't found the right software yet. She was looking for something to use so she could start again, because she really, so weird, right? Because now our conversation isn't about how are the dogs. The conversation is about I was thinking about this all morning, and now I run into you and you tell me this. Think about that for a second. Do we run into people because they're looking for something, or because we're looking for something, or because both of us are looking for something, right? I wasn't really looking for anything at that point, other than to find her maybe one day and say, hey, why'd you stop blogging or podcasting? But she was thinking about it, right? She was thinking, I need to do something. I got to get back on that horse and ride. But she wasn't sure where to go to get the saddle, software. What program could she use? Because the one that she was using doesn't work with the computer that she has. Enter my dogs and I going off our normal path and running into her. So we just had the most incredible conversation. And hopefully we'll be experiencing her going live again very soon and doing her podcast. And maybe because of all that conversation we just had, maybe, just maybe, you might get some time to sit and hear a conversation between two people who just think differently than most everybody else in the world. How's that for a lead in? So this is a serious consideration for me. I'm only doing these in like 10-minute blocks tops right now, just because I want to work my way into this. I want to get a little bit of practice at doing this kind of conversation. And I will tell you this, none of this is scripted. This is just flowing from my brain at this moment, my very foggy brain. But it was so cool because I walked away from it thinking that was meant to happen. That whole scenario after, because I never go that way. Like when I walk the dogs, we never go to the right. We don't. Because there's nothing down there, just the end of the road and the lake. And the dogs don't care about the lake. So I don't go that way. So it was pretty neat. It was really a wild thing. And I can't wait to see what develops in the conversation, because life has a way of twisting things up for you. And if she gets going again and we have some good times having conversation, it'll be pretty neat. And we'll have some fun. And you guys will probably enjoy it too. All right. I'm not going to do a full 10 today. All right. But once again, Joan and I are health coaches. If you know anybody who's struggling, anybody who really needs some help, we do offer referrals. Right? We'll certainly take a referral. And we'll reward you for it, because you've done us a great service and you've done that person a great service. Because there's nothing more rewarding in my life than watching somebody succeed at getting into a healthy state of being. And there you go. All right, guys. And in doing what they really want to do. That's the other side of the coin. Because sometimes there's more to it. Love yous. I'll talk to you soon.